Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I wanted to showcase some Hecarim Zed. Now, I've shown this deck quite a few times in my channel before, but it's a new version of Hecarim Zed running around that I really wanted to showcase to you all, because it's playing the Black Flame, it's playing the Darkin Fan, it's playing the Redeemed Protege, it's playing a lot of new cards that we haven't seen before in this archetype. So I figured it's time to do an updated video on how this archetype looks today. I was using this deck on my Smurf on the European server, kind of hovering around Diamond 1 and Diamond 2. So that's the rank that you're going to see the games from today coming from. Now, the idea with this deck is that between the Protege summoning a Ghastly Band, between the Black Flame summoning ephemeral copies of an ally every time you attack, the Darkin Fan summoning your Dragon Links, you have the Foyer summoning Ghastly Bands as well. All these cards are creating other ephemeral threats to kind of turbo level Hecarim. This deck has a really easy time of leveling up Hecarim because all you need is just one of those pieces of your puzzle to kind of go correctly to just level up Hecarim by the time he comes down on turn 6 or turn 7. When he attacks, usually it's enough to level him up. Ideally, what you want to do with this deck is that you want to play the Shadow Apprentice, right? You want to play the Shadow Apprentice or the Protege or the Sword Shepherd or the Shark Chariot early on and start getting value from these units attacking, combined with a Darkin Fan, especially in the Shadow Apprentice. The Darkin Fan is kind of cool because that way you can get to attack. Unfortunately, there's a lot of decks that can deal with the Shadow Apprentice at 1 health right now. So sometimes you have to be careful where you put your Darkin Fan target to actually get value from it. But if you see an opening to put a Darkin Fan on one of these early units, just take it, because that extra Dragon Link counts as a heal for you and counts an ephemeral towards leveling up Hecarim. And if the game gets long enough, you can also just play Pride the Breachwalker to actually kind of finish up a lot of games. Also, because we're playing the Darkin Fan, we can afford to play Momentous Shores instead of playing Twin, allowing us to more easily save our units for 1 mana instead of having to pay 2 mana to actually save them. We do play the triple booster host so that we can actually stabilize early on, have some early blockers, because a lot of current meta decks are like mid-range decks that want to do aggressive stuff. So having this as a blocker is kind of nice. Like I said, the Protege is really good as the Ghastly Band. Between the host, the Protege, and the Foyer, you actually end up with a lot of Halo, which ends up synergizing really well with your Elusive or your Overwhelm or your Hecarim with Overwhelm that ends up pushing a lot of damage. Obviously, the Shark Chariot is probably the most important card in your deck because you have so many other ephemerals that can enable the Shark Chariot, and every time he comes back, he's just pushing a lot of pressure on the opponent. So you want to look for this Shark Chariot early, have him on the field, and then try to get value from him there on. Soul Shepherd is very nice at just buffing your ephemerals to push even more damage. The Black Flame is kind of crazy in my opinion. You can put this on a Zed, you can put this on a Shark Chariot. Heck, you can even put it in the Elusive if you want to, so that it's always protected and you can push that Elusive damage. And now it means that every time you attack for the first time in a round, you're summoning an extra ally that you wouldn't have otherwise. It's also very cool if you actually go into a late game scenario and you can put that on Hecarim, because then it summons the Hecarim as well as the 2 Spectral Riders every time you attack. And because we're playing the Black Flame, it means that we can actually feel comfortable attacking in the opponent's defensive turn. Because if you have Black Flame and you have a Shark Chariot, when you play a Dragon Ambush, it's going to summon a bunch of ephemerals. When you play Defiant Dance, which is a nice tech card in this deck, he also summons a Blade, and when you have a Black Flame together with it, he summons an Ephemeral, which they can combine with a Shark Chariot or something to just summon a bunch of Ephemerals. So the Defiant Dance is there kind of like another type of Dragon Ambush that lets us attack in the opponent's attack turn. And actually lets us recall a very key unit like an Aatrox, for example, to slow down the opponent's attack. Darkin Fan, we talked about it. You want to just play this early on. Usually you don't want to have more than 1 of these in your hand, so you want to keep 1. Glenkeeper, just amazing with ephemerals, and also the Sapling can be really good combined with the Hollow. The Foyer is amazing because it lets you potentially open attack and summon a bunch of Shark Chariots or whatever you have in the Black Flame without having to commit a unit first to actually be able to attack with. Zed is just a solid unit with the Living Shadows counting for the Hecarim and also summoning stuff. 1 deny to protect ourselves against removal. Defiant Dance and Ambush are there to allow us to attack in the opponent's attack turn, making their attack more awkward. Especially Dragon Ambush is amazing because it lets us heal and lets us stabilize, because we don't have a lot of blockers due to how all our units tend to be mostly ephemerals. And then lastly, Hecarim. He's the star of the show. most of the games you're winning because you're dropping down Hecarim, getting all your Ephemerals to have an additional +3 power, and then you kind of just win the game from there. Again, you want to usually drop Hecarim. It's very easy for Hecarim to level up in this game, and in this deck, because of the Flame, the Darkin Fan, the Shark Chariots, and even the Ghastly Bands from Foyer or the Protege as well. So, very fun deck. Very weak to the Aatrox deck, so you just gotta keep that in mind. But feels like it does very well against almost everything else. So weak against Aatrox, good against like everything else. So you can play it depending on what you're going against. Very good against like a lot of control decks, for example, because they don't have a way to really deal with a lot of your ephemeral units. So yeah, but hope you enjoyed the games today, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this match, we're going against Riven Zed. They are a little bit more aggressive than us, but we do have a lot of like lifesteal potential. I like the Soul Shepherd. I don't like the Fire Wraith. I want to see if I get my equipment for the lifesteal or something that can get buffed better by Soul Shepherd. The Defiant Dance is kind of funny because we can bounce back the Riven, for example. Zed is a great draw. So we can play Soul Shepherd into Zed. Opponent should have a way to remove this. I guess the Riven is a good turn 3 blocker.
Good steel and a good future.
You know what? Let's give it to you. If you get the +2, just take it. I'm willing to sacrifice this to the +2 power.
How'd it go?
If you have the +2, I'm willing to take it. I'm not respecting the might either. If you have Elixir of Might, I'm also willing to not respect it. Momentous Choice, Elixir of Might. You didn't have the Focus Blade. I'm not respecting your attack at all. There we go. Opponent was funny, but just wasn't enough. Okay. Zed gets punished by Riven, right? So I'm actually gonna go Shadow Apprentice into Redeem Protege, because at the very least this gets me the Ghostly Band in my graveyard, which gives me the Halo for Zed to actually push for 4 next turn. Opponent ends up getting the stun. That's cool. I think we can pretty confidently say that the opponent doesn't have Riven now. I think we can confidently say that the opponent has no Riven. Otherwise, that wouldn't make sense. They get their Zed. They get their Zed, which is a little bit annoying. I guess we take it. No, you know what? I'm gonna block with the Shadow Apprentice. Yeah, I'm gonna block with the Shadow Apprentice. Question is, do we block the Sentry? No, right? We can heal back up. Yeah, I don't think I block with the Soul Shepherd. I don't think I block with the Soul Shepherd because I'm able to like, I want to be able to heal back up with the Dragon Ambush, right? So we go Zed here, and our Zed Shadow is going to be huge. Opponent could have another stun here, but we still go attack with the Protege. And then we still have Dragon Ambush as well. Yeah, they have the second stun. Let's attack with the Protege. Boom. This becomes a 4-3. You can block. Doesn't even block. If the opponent taps out of denied, I'm 100% committing the Dragon Ambush here. Yeah, I'm 100% committing the Dragon Ambush. If the opponent taps out of denied, I'm committing the Dragon Ambush. They're not going to tap out of denied because they want to deny this. There it is. So they denied this. Do we let Zed go? Or do we... I mean, if the opponent lets me play the Foyer, we don't have to let the Zed go. We can also now block with the Momentous Choice if we wanted to. We can play the Foyer as a blocker if the opponent gets a little bit greedy. And they do. Wait. Don't we just play Zed now? I mean, sorry. Don't we just play Hecarim? I think I'm just playing Hecarim, right?
Do not deny me.
I block the Zed, block the Horns, and chilling. Do I even block the horn anymore? What if I don't block the horn? I guess if I don't block the horn, I'm dying to the overwhelm, right? So I'm dying to the overwhelm if I don't block the horn. We know that our set is gonna die next turn, but we're still pushing a ton of damage here. Opponent's gonna have to start blocking. Don't want to lose to another sentry. The shark. So this is gonna be. So this is already gonna be 5 attackers. All right. So this is already gonna be 5 attackers. We can go like this and have momentous choice as a backup. I wonder if I'm supposed to commit the shark chariot here. But I'm scared of dying to another stun or another recall, making our attack worse. So I don't think I actually commit the shark chariot. I think I just attack with everything. And then we momentous choice if we need to. But it doesn't look like we need to. We can save the momentous choice now if we wanted to. Opponent's gonna have to start blocking. We still have the set to block a Horns of the Dragon unless the opponent finds a lot of value on it. Ah, they're gonna give us the set. Okay, they're going all in on the Horns of the Dragon. I might want to keep this as a blocker actually. The problem with Defiant Dance is that it's only really good when you have access to. Like the Defiant Dance is really good if we had access to the thing, to the.
Sometimes you're the bait.
I think I have to force him. I have to force him to replay this. I think we go like this. I think we force him to replay this. They're gonna have to block this. I guess they don't have to. I think I force him to replay it. That gives me time to actually do the foyer. Okay, they're spending more mana for us. Like, them having to replay this might slow them down from having the overwhelm.
When will I find
Okay.
peace?
And allows me to actually push the detail that I need. They need to kill me this turn. They need to kill me this turn, and I don't think it's possible anymore. Ah, if we had the shark last turn, we actually level up the Hecarim, huh?
To serve the greater good.
So if we have the shark last turn, we actually level up the Hecarim. That's unfortunate. Opponent has the full blade. Has the overwhelm on the dragon. We have decent blockers. We can heal. If they don't commit for the lethal here, I think I'm not pressing anything, but this is 5-10, so it's probably lethal already anyways. Oh, they're going for the blade. Okay, so since they're going for the blade, I think I have to go Dragon Ambush. I have to go Dragon Ambush because I need the heal. So I need the heal to be able to survive, because at 14, it feels really risky with the opponent having another overwhelm. Yeah, because the opponent's going to be able to actually attack and pull with the Wound Squire. So I need to heal all the way back up to full so that I actually survive. Opponent can have a second deny, but if they have a second deny, that's not enough to kill us. Because the keyboard doesn't pass over to the shadows, so only the set has Overwhelm and the Riven. So being at 20, they also have to block, so they're gonna have to lose the Squire, and if they block like this, they're losing to the momentous choice. They're forced to block. Yeah, okay, cool. They're blocking the smart way, that way they don't lose the... We can't play momentous choice, we don't have any equipment yet, so it's not enabled. But they lose their challenger. They lose their challenger. We block here. Block here. If opponent has a might... Okay, so let's say that the opponent has a might. Because remember, everything, any buff from Riven gets double up. My concern is that if I don't block, I'm losing to a Fervor, right? So if I don't block, I could just press OK. But that's still 18 damage, and we lose to a Fervor. If we block, and the opponent has like a might... Oh, not a might. If the opponent has an Elixir of Wrath, that's another +6 here. I'm gonna pretend that they don't have Fervor. I'm gonna say you don't have Fervor. If you have Fervor, you win. I'm open attacking, right? If you have Fervor, you win. I'm open attacking, leveling up Hecarim. We could also top deck the deny. Otherwise, we're losing this game anyways. Yeah, if you have the fervor, you have the fervor. I think I was based on the opponent's deck where they're playing Horns of the Dragon. I'm expecting more like attack buffs, right? I'm expecting like a Lizard of Wrath. I'm expecting like a Might, etc. So I think it's always better to just press OK there and not respect the fervor whatsoever. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going up against Swain TF GP. This is gonna be rough. I like this hand though. Shark Chariot, Shadow Apprentice Zed. The Shadow Apprentice does die very easily to like make a rain or something. So I think it's actually better to go for the host. He's also a better blocker into their Legion, into their 2-drop, into the 1-drop with 2 health. Dragon Ambush is gonna be good. I think I go for the Shark Chariot. I think I go for the Shark Chariot. If the opponent has Make It Rain, all they're killing is the host. If they go for Make It Rain here, they're gonna have to go for double Make It Rain. They probably have access to. I'm gonna go Zed. They probably have access to the Death Hand. I'm gonna go Zed and make them have to kill this Zed with a Death Hand. Right? It could also just not be aggro. It could just be a control deck. Since yeah. Oh, heavy metal. All right. Yeah, this is just a control deck. I thought it was gonna be aggro, but it's definitely control. Yeah, especially with the opponent playing like this. I think I'm okay sacrificing that Zed though. I think it's necessary for the greater good.
I've whipped up something special.
Let's go here. If you want to make it rain now, I'm okay with that. Opponent's trying to settle for a Twisted Fate. Ah, Scorched Earth. That's rough. Okay, so that Scorched Earth is actually brutal. I think I was okay before that Scorched Earth came into play. I need to play around a potential... Twisted Fate. So if the opponent does nothing else here, I think we just chill. If opponent decides to kill this Shepherd... Because the problem is that I don't have any Ephemerals, right? So I don't have any Ephemerals, which makes this really awkward for us to actually be able to commit for the Shark Chariot. We can play Black Flame here. I mean, I'm always blocking this, right? Yeah, I'm always blocking this anyways. We can play Shadow Apprentice. Let the opponent kill this if they want to. Black Flame. Okay, they didn't kill it. Do you have another... another way to deal with this? Like, you have to find a way to deal here, right? Nope, doesn't have it. So we go ahead to the Dragon Ambush. Dragon Ambush is pushing a ton of damage. Opponent needs to kill this Soul Shepherd. If they want to reduce the damage, they need to kill this Soul Shepherd. They finally see it. Okay. They finally saw the Soul Shepherd kill, which I've been talking about. We still get to push a ton of damage, but the opponent gets a better blocker here, which they wouldn't have had before. They still take 5. We can save the Defiant Dance for later. We're very low in resource. We're gonna need to have Hecarim. Or another, or just another unit that can enable me to trigger this. I don't think we can play the Hecarim actually. I don't feel like playing the Hecarim. When it's gonna go Leviathan, right? I think we just pass.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
When you still have the stun, right? The stun and the flock is the problem with Hecarim. Like, I want this Hecarim to be able to level up before it comes down. And I also want to keep this Defiant Dance for later. We can just play the Glenkeeper like how it is. But this is still losing to a lot of things as well, like the stun. Yeah, I think we slam the Glenkeeper how it is. Because he still brings back the Apprentice and the Shark Chariot. So now Hecarim is gonna level up with a Defiant Dance. Okay, that's fine. You hit the Purple Make It Rain, by the way, but that's fine. You hit the Purple Make It Rain, cool. This Defiant Dance is going to be a punish. And then we still have Hecarim that's going to be leveled up when he comes down. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. So now we Defiant Dance. The Blade Dance actually triggers the Black Flame. We attack for a bunch of damage. Hecarim levels up. We open attack with Hecarim and we should be able to win the game. Unless the opponent has a way to actually deal with Hecarim right here. Right? They could have like Flock.
I've got this.
So they could have the Flock. They could have like the Flock. So they would have to have the... no, it would have to be double Flock, right? Because Death Hand is not enough. It would have to be double Flock because Death Hand is not enough. Heavy Metal. Double Flock. There's no way, right? They might have it. But Hecarim is already leveled up, right? Hecarim is already leveled up, and that's the whole purpose of us playing Hecarim when he was ready to go. Even if the opponent has a Make It Rain, it's going to be very hard for them to hit the Hecarim again. Oh, we got there. Yeah, if they had the double Flock, they had it, right? I had to open attack to play around the Twist of Fate, but that Defiant Dance completely changed the game. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Vayne, Aatrox, Quinn. And this is our most difficult matchup every single time. It's so easy. It's just way too easy for them to have to just aggro us down before we can actually do anything to them. They have it's too much pressure, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, and they get the Fleet Feather on turn 1, so we're gonna take a random 2 damage here. Then next turn, they could easily have the Broadwind, for example. I'm gonna play the Redeem Project. If they have the Broadwind, they win. I'm not gonna play around the Broadwind. If they have the Broadwind, they win. Or they also have that. You know what? I'm still gonna attack. I'm still gonna attack. It still counts as an Ephemeral. They have it. They have it. Might even commit the Soul Shepherd here, to be honest. Yeah, I might even commit the Soul Shepherd here. I want to trade with the Fleet Feather Tracker. I want the opponent to trade here. Cool. And that's one less challenger that we have to worry about. We can play Shock Chariot. Go from there. We could all... I don't want to play the Black Flame because it's very easy for the opponent to have access to a fish fight. It's so easy for the opponent to have access to a fish fight, right? That it doesn't make sense to play the Shock Chariot. What we could do is Darkin Fan. I think the Darkin Fan is correct here. Gives me a little bit of healing. If the opponent has fish fight, they're still putting damage on their Vayne. Nope, opponent's just gonna play the Darkin Harp next turn and win the game that way too. The Darkin Harp is just so good. So good.
Very well.
Now, we might be able to level up Hecarim because we're gonna have 2 Shock Chariots. We're gonna have 1 Shock Chariot. This thing dies. No, we are gonna be able to level up Hecarim, right? So we're losing to what? We're losing to a Concerted Strike. We're taking another ton of damage here too. We can even go like this. We can even go for Ghastly Band, allowing me to actually block. We can Shark Chariot to give me another Shark, and then we can Hecarim next turn and hope that the opponent doesn't have Concerted Strike. If the opponent has Concerted Strike, we're losing. Sure. Opponent has 6 mana. Why pull the Shark? The Shark cannot block, opponent. The Shark doesn't even block. I don't understand. Alright. Concerted or Bust? Concerted or Bust? If you have it, you have it. If you have the Concerted, you win. We have 2 Sharks. We're gonna summon 2 more, and then we also have the Ghastly Band. So we have a full attack, forcing the opponent to block with everything. You have to have Concerted. If you just play the tumble, I'm just pressing OK and letting that attack go through. Fish Fight is slow speed, so it doesn't work. Condemn is 6 mana, how it is right now, so you can't do Condemn plus Fish Fight. Double catch, I guess. Double catch plus Fish Fight gets in there. A single catch here, and then Fish Fight gets in there too. Nope, doesn't have it. So we attack with everything. The Aatrox does level up, which is kind of annoying, because the Aatrox is giving the opponent heal when he strikes, so the healing might be enough to just survive. The good thing is that the opponent has to block with everything, so they're gonna have to sacrifice all their units here. And our Hecarim stays alive because he has 1 more health than the Aatrox. Okay, the last thing you want to do is put Aatrox last, right? Because Aatrox is healing you. So you need to block with Aatrox. You need to block the Hecarim with Aatrox. You need to block the Hecarim with Aatrox. Oh, you can do it like this. Alright, he gets there, but we have Deny. Opponent's down to just Aatrox. They can World Ender. They can World Ender for 5 and stay with 2 mana left. 2 mana left, so they're gonna have to have another Yoral. They're gonna need to have another Yoral. We can deny the tumble. Okay, so they win. No, they don't win with Yoral either, right? They need to have double Yoral. So, because this is going to be 5. So, 2 mana means that the opponent cannot play any of the Darkin that cost 8, which is almost all of them. The only Darkins that he can play is going to be Yoral and Solani. But Solani requires the opponent to actually have a unit on the field to be able to block with. I need to pip Deny to actually be able to deny the tumble. Because the overwhelm on the Aatrox with the tumble wins the opponent the game. So the deny, the tumble wins the opponent the game, right? So again, the only thing here that scares me is gonna be the only thing here that scares me is gonna be the this tumble. And we're fine. All right. The one of the night coming in clutch. One of the night coming in clutch. We deny, we open, we win the game. It was a good try. It was a good try, but I would have blocked. Actually, we even lived, to be honest, right? We would have lived. I guess opponent would have done the Darkin Harp, right? Opponent would have done the Darkin Harp to finish us up if we didn't have deny. We get to also commit. If we go like this, we're chilling. Let me see the attack. We got there. We got there. We had 2 sharks. We also had the life steal coming out. We had a full attack here as well. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Kindred, Viego. So, I think I can go faster than them. But I think the problem in this match is not going to be how fast I can go, but rather, can I finish the game fast enough to actually be able to beat them? I like keeping the Shadow Apprentice together with the Zed. And I go like this. I don't think opponent has a great way to deal with Zed unless they just commit a vengeance on the Zed. We have our Darkin Fan now as well. And we have our Black Flame too. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good right now. This easily dies to a Battlefield, so I need to be a little bit careful of how much I commit to the Shadow Apprentice. Right now, Zed is my best Black Flame target. Just gonna Quietus. I'm okay with that. The Darkin Fan, again, I don't see the opponent having a way to actually deal with Zed, especially now that they committed that. This is actually great. We can actually Black Flame the Zed and summon another Zed. Doesn't seem horrible. Opponent tapped out of Vengeance. I might not go for the Darkin Fan here. I might not go for the Darkin Fan. Because I don't want to have to replay the Darkin Fan. I don't want to lose this 2 mana. I don't want to lose this 2 mana because I'm always going to Black Flame this set, I think. I think I'm always gonna black flame this set. Opponent could have Twin here and kill this set to begin with. Which is why it looks like they're setting up for that, right? So I guess they could kill Zed here too. Yeah, they're gonna just kill the Zed. So that's another reason why it probably was better not to spend that 2 mana on the Darkin Fan. Now that they did it this way, it's still the best to actually do this on the set. I think so. I think our second set is still the best target for the Black Flame. That way we never have to worry about Zed dying. The problem is that we don't have a good target for the Darkin Fan, and I would love to put the Darkin Fan on someone. No matter what, we're probably gonna do Zed this turn. Do I need the extra mana? That's kind of annoying. Kindred is very annoying. Kindred is very annoying because it's going to be very easy for the opponent to actually get the value. Which means that the Shadow Apprentice is going to actually die, which means that maybe we don't want to play for the Shadow Apprentice. I definitely do think the Black Flame is probably a good idea now. Opponent's playing around Twin, that's why they're not attacking with the Kindred. We could also just Darkin Fan the Zed, but then that means it's gonna just get hit by the Kindred mark. So why do we go like this? Why do we go like this? Play the Fire Rift. I don't want to play the Upland Foyer because it's very easy for the opponent to have a Battle Feast that will kill my Ghastly Band and stop the Foyer from actually working. It's a little bit of an awkward hand here because we don't have Hecarim. So remember when I said that this deck, like we could rush them down, but the fact that the opponent has been able to stabilize, they're still at 20 HP and it's already 10-5, makes it very unlikely for us to actually be able to push lethal damage. What I could do, I could start with the Shadow Apprentice and let the opponent go ahead and commit the Battle Feast on the Shadow Apprentice. And then we play the Fire Rift. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's go Shadow Apprentice. Let the opponent commit the Battle Feast here, or whatever they have to kill the Shadow Apprentice. Because they want to do it now before the set gets summoned. And there it is. That way the opponent doesn't actually get the mark from the Kindred, because they will have already slayed that unit. And now we can go for the Fire Rift. We can scout. We can overwhelm, we can scout. I guess the opponent can have a second. This is actually so unfortunate. Because I needed something that gave me health. I needed something that gave me health because now a second Battle Feast is punishing us here. Okay, opponent doesn't have the second Battle Feast. We could go for the Darkin Fan. So we can go like this. Let's go like this. Let's keep the Overwhelm. Let's keep the Overwhelm value. The Darkin Fan is giving me an extra unit, which might be enough to actually make it so that this Hecarim levels up. But the Hecarim is leveling up anyways because the Sec summons a Shadow. So if we ever draw Hecarim, we're still in a good spot. My concern here is going to be Viego. We need to try to get our recall. They're still playing around that Twin. Maybe that's why they didn't commit the Battle Feast ahead of time. If they had committed, they would have been in a good spot. Yeah, we have a pretty awkward hand. We need our champion. We need our Hecarim. I mean, we had 2 sets. So I can't say that we got unlucky. We're taking 7 damage next turn. This is gonna die anyways, which is fine. It was never gonna level up. We do have the Dragon Ambush, which lets me heal back up, even though the opponent has all this damage. We can do the Upland Foyer, giving myself another attacker, another blocker for next turn. The Darkin Fan, turn 9, might actually be kind of funny too. I don't want to play the Dragon Ambush. Into a deny. So I'm going to start like this and let the opponent play Viego if they have it. Because they're playing around the Dragon Ambush. Notice that the opponent's keeping the mana for deny. They are playing around the Dragon Ambush. Which is a little bit unfortunate for us. Huh. They are at 14. I mean, we are pushing a lot of damage. I do need this heal, though. I might just have to slam this. I might have to just slam this now because I need this heal. It's also putting some pressure that the opponent wouldn't have otherwise. We could also wait until we have more Ghastly Bands on the field. So that we can actually heal more. Because, you know, that way we get the Hallow buff and the Dragon Ambush. No, I think I slam it now. I think I have to slam the Dragon Ambush now. I have to put more pressure on the opponent. This is bringing back a Zed and 2 Dragonlings. This pass is so scary. Oh! Okay, they tapped out of deny anyway. So we go like this. Of course, the opponent still gets the Kindred, right? Opponent can block, and then... And you know, they can block, and then they still take 3. Hecarim is already leveled up. If we top deck Hecarim, Hecarim will trigger right away, which is huge for us as well. Every attack that we do is summoning the sets, but we need to have at least another way to attack in the opponent's defensive turn. If we don't draw Hecarim, we have to just open attack so that we play around the 7 drop, right? But the problem is that, again, we're still so weak. We're still so weak here. Because this is only healing me to 14. This is already 7. This is already 7, and then the thing will be enough to win in the game. Wow. Wow. So this is 3. Wait. Okay. What if we go Darkin Fan, right? Play the Glenkeeper. Because remember, the Glenkeeper is buffing up all our Ephemerals, right? So we're gonna play Darkin Fan, which also gives me the heal. Opponent actually doesn't even go for it. We go here, Glenkeeper. Make sure that we at least kill the Kindred and try to trade this way. I want to make sure we at least kill the Kindred. So I want to make sure we at least kill the Kindred. I guess we're going to have to go like this. At the same time, maybe we do have to keep this guy on the field. So at least the opponent is forced to block. So we go like this, and this is summoning all our units. How risky is it to sacrifice the Glenkeeper? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. We're still healing 3 more, so we go to 17. But again, we're in that spot where we don't have a way to actually push damage next turn. Opponent has to block with everything, though. I guess they could have a Vengeance or a Battle Feast, etc. Turn 9, we get to summon the Darkin Fan, right? And our next attack, we'll have the Darkin Fan. Okay, opponent does get to level up their freaking Kindred. So opponent actually doesn't get to level it up because the Ephemeral doesn't count as dying, but they have a second twin, so they get to save their Kindred. Now they get to level up Kindred because he dies here. So then the opponent's pushing 10. Okay, opponent's pushing only 7 next turn. I might have to actually copy one of the soldiers so that we have blockers next turn. I think that's actually correct. Yeah, I think I'm copying one of the Cameroon soldiers so that we have blockers next turn, and then we just have to rely on winning with the what's the girl's name? Shoot, what's the Pra? Opponent's gonna go to 1, doesn't respect the twin. Just gonna try to open here for 10 and then set up for an atrocity is what this is telling me. So if we get a deny, we're okay. If we get a deny, we're okay. Yeah, this is an atrocity setup. Opponent's gonna push for 10, and obviously Kindred can easily just win in the game. That's so crazy. Opponent did not... I guess opponent knows all the cards in our hand, but they didn't know the Fading Memories, right? So they could have actually get punished by... we don't play twins, but they don't know that. They could have gotten punished by Momentous Choice, pushing the last 2 damage. So this is gonna be 10. Has to open attack, otherwise we block with the soldiers, and then we lose into atrocity. Oh, that's so rough. That's so rough. They played it well. Took the blocks where they needed to, set up the atrocity here by not blocking with the second soldier. We don't get the deny, right? So we don't get the deny. Yeah, this is the open attack. This is the open attack. We don't do anything. We pretend that we have deny in our hand, which obviously we don't. opponent could also have Atrocity plus Deny backup, and they could do it right now, and then they win the game. That was well played. That was well played by them. Man, just any other champion, right? Hecarim wins us the game on the spot. Hecarim wins us the game on the spot because we have access to fading memory to bring back like an attack, like bring back another attacker. Opponent wouldn't have been able to deal with Hecarim plus something else. Just a little bit unfortunate that we didn't get the Hecarim, and the opponent had the second twin to actually save that Kindred. So GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna get Seraphine, Viktor, Ryze. Seraphine, Viktor, Ryze. I think their deck is slow enough that we could potentially get our combo out. We have the Shark Chariot too, which is huge. So Shark Chariot within the field is very big for us because he lets us put a lot of pressure. I guess we can go Soul Shepherd into Shark Chariot. Go like that. And then we have the Prodigy for a future turn. Yeah, I like the Soul Shepherd into Shark Chariot because we're not losing to a lot of removal. And if the opponent wants, they could kill the Shark Chariot and then we bring it back with the Darkin Fan. I'm even wondering if it's actually worth it to commit the Darkin Fan here. The only reason I'm hesitating about this Darkin Fan... Yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and kill this, right? If the opponent kills this Shepherd, is the Darkin Fan worth it? No, because they have access to Mystic, right? So they have access to Mystic, so I don't think it makes sense. Then we get punished by a Mystic Shot or a Thermal, and we become a lot sadder. Opponent had to spend 4 mana for that, which I'm cool with. We easily play Redeem Prodigy here. Play second Redeem Prodigy, let the opponent have to find a way to stop our Prodigies. Quick attack, that's annoying. Still worry about still worried about Mystic, right? I'm still worried about Mystic or a Thermal. I feel like if the opponent had it, they would use it now. So I'm waiting to play the Darkin Fan. Yeah, there you go. I'm waiting to play the Darkin Fan on whichever unit they don't do it on. They go for it. So we go like this. This gives me at least some value. We can even kill their Viktor if the opponent gets greedy. And I think they are worried about that. They're worried about the by the way, this means that we're gonna level up the Hecarim. They're worried about the I think they're worried about the freaking Quinn, right? Do we actually go for this Viktor kill and then risk a potential way for them to kill Hecarim? I think we keep the momentous choice to keep Hecarim alive. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. The problem is that the Prodigy is one of our few units in our hand. So it's a little bit awkward to lose this. I'm just gonna pretend that the opponent only has a few ways to actually kill us next turn, right? Because we can play Hecarim next turn, have Momentous just as a backup, and then just go from there.
Only a few days till the show. I got this.
This brings back the Shark and levels up the Hecarim, and we'll be at, because he'll be at 7. We're not beating at Thermal right now, so I don't like summoning this Hecarim right now. So we're not beating at Thermal right now, so I don't like summoning Hecarim. I want to make sure that I beat... Okay, perfect. I don't understand that. I don't understand that pool. I don't understand playing the back alley bar when you know I could just play Hecarim here and win the game. Now we play the Darkin Fan and the Hecarim, and then he summons another Ephemeral. We attack with everything, and that should be game. I'm not gonna block, right? I mean, I'm not blocking. I just push your 8 damage. I don't care. The Darkin Fan even helps me heal it back up. With 3 mana, they shouldn't have anything to kill this. I guess they could have a way to destroy the equipment. They could have a way to destroy the equipment with the 3 mana. Nope, doesn't have it. Hecarim levels up. And now the opponent's going to be in a lot of pressure. Now the opponent's going to be in a lot of pressure. We get the Shark back. Everything gets +3/+3. So even if Hecarim dies for the rest of the game, it doesn't matter. We have the Overgrown from the Hecarim and all the Ephemeral stuff that the opponent has to worry about. The Defiant Dance is not as good without us having Black Flame, by the way, but it's fine. It's not a game where we actually got the combo of. We still have access to Momentous Choice, and on our next attack, we'll also have access to Pra, which gives us 3 units, which is going to be very hard for the PNC opponent to deal with. Because there's going to be 3 units on the field, one of them having Elusive that can be buffed up by the Hallow buff to finish the game, and Challenger and Lifesteal, right? So,
Clumsy design.
still needs to block more.
Whoa, you sound great.
I guess they could have the 3 mana spell that deals 1 to everything to actually kill my 1-drops. Tailstones? Ooh. Wait, so we just bring it back with Defiant Dance, right? Wait. I guess we just bring it back regardless. Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna touch it then. Hecarim still comes back.
I did my best.
Yeah, Hecarim still comes back. We can Defiant Dance anything that the opponent summons. Right? I guess it's the only way that the opponent had to stop the lethal with the Tailstones. I guess I respect it. We're gonna settle for the Pra on turn 9 to finish the game. So even if Hecarim dies, the Pra comes down. And it should get us there. I don't like this Viktor. What if I make him summon the Viktor again? What if I force the opponent to summon the Viktor again? I think I like this. If they want to play Viktor again, they're gonna be spending 4 mana. Wish I could play Momentous Choice there, by the way. That would have been so dope. I'm gonna just play Shepherd. Pass. I want to have access to Momentous Choice. You can play Viktor again, but I'm kind of just trying to delay you, and now you're losing to the Dragon Ambush. Alright, dope. This brings back the Shark Chariot and 2 Dragonlings. So, we ended up getting exactly the top deck that we needed to finish up the game. But I still think this game is over, by the way. Hecarim is still on the field. Opponent tapped out to only 4 mana. So there's a good chance that Hecarim doesn't die this turn anyways. Now we're both also having Momentous Choice to save it. And then we just have to open attack and summon all the Ephemerals again. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going to get Zoe Kayle, and Yuumi. Wonder what the Yuumi is doing here. Honestly, I'm going to try to combo out and try to get like my Black Flame, my Shepherd, my Shark Chariot. We didn't get the Shark Chariot. We do have the Shepherd though, which is very nice. We can go for the Host now, just push 2 damage because might as well, since we have him in our hand. And then what? So we go Host.
We shall sing, dance, and forget
We go Host here. Push 2 damage. Play Shepherd. Play Protege. Try to push more damage. Try to kind of aggro them down. Have Momentous Choice as a backup. The Hecarim is going to be a little bit slow, but not impossible. Opponent could have access to the Equinox. Or could have access to a stun to actually kill, stop the Shepherd. I think I'm willing to eat that up. Right, so if they have an Equinox, I think I'm willing to eat that. No, those... Okay, so now the only hit that they could have that could stop us is going to be Equinox. So Equinox is the only hit that hits us here. I'm going to play this out first. See what the opponent plays. Divine Clerk. And then we're going to go for the Shadow Apprentice. I'm willing to trade against the Divine Clerk with my Protege. I don't think I mind. I guess opponent's trying to play for the Pale Cascade value. Like, I'm even gonna throw the Shepherd in there. If you want to kill the Shepherd and have a Pale Cascade here, I'm okay with that. That way I keep my Protege alive. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I keep my Protege alive. It kind of sucks. I mean, we still have a Protege coming down at a time with an Ephemeral. It kind of sucks, but also not impossible to come back from. Foyer? Oh, that's huge. So this has suddenly become more of a Hallow deck than an Ephemeral deck. We don't have the Black Flame, we don't have a lot of things. Yeah, we go here with the Foyer. You can kill the Protege, but we have Momentous Choice to save it. When it goes for the Blessing. We go momentous choice. We keep this. We keep it alive. And then next time we attack with another host in our hand, in our field. Question here is, do I actually open? If I have one more board space, I wouldn't open because I could always go for the Blank Keeper. But because we don't have the board space, I think it makes sense to just open. This is dealing 10 damage. We can keep the Blank Keeper for later, and Hecarim is gonna be doing a lot with the overwhelm that he's gonna have. Yeah, I mean, Hero is pushing a lot. I actually might not even commit anything here just yet. Dragon Ambush. Okay, the Dragon Ambush also gets me there because opponent's gonna be forced to block. Opponent's gonna be forced to block this Dragon Ambush because he's pushing 6 damage, which is lethal. So we Dragon Ambush here, and now you have to block with the you have to lose one of your units here, unless you also have a Pell Cascade. If you have a second Pell Cascade, then you're okay. Ah, Brutus still, okay. So you get the Fury trigger. You're still gonna let us push 2? Okay, I was gonna say, if you're gonna let us push 2, that's gonna be a little bit weird. You can attack with her. I'm okay with that. I think I could have blocked with the host, to be honest. But I kind of like the idea of just committing another host here. Going for the Hecarim. Hecarim levels up. Opponent's gonna have to have a way to kill this Hecarim. Sunburst or something like that. Doesn't have it. So Hecarim is gonna be very big. It's gonna be a 10. We go here. And then we go here last. I guess opponent's gonna be able to heal up, right? Opponent's gonna be able to heal up, but they need to find a way to kill this Hecarim because of the overwhelm. That's why I'm putting the Hecarim first. This guy gets buffed up to 5. Everything else gets buffed up to 5 as well. The elusive is kind of scary because of the lifesteal. We don't have access to another momentous choice. We don't have access to another Dragon Ambush. Like, this is lethal on the Wyvern, unless if the opponent doesn't have a freeze. Opponent's playing Freljord, so they already showed us the Brutus still. They could easily have access to like a Harshman's, right? And the Harshman's, I think, keeps them alive. Maybe not though, because we have enough units. So even if they heal 6, it shouldn't be enough, right? So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. You see what I'm talking about Hecarim being the MVP of this deck. I think almost every game that you saw today that we won was because of Hecarim leveling up and just putting a ton of pressure. You kind of see how cheeky Defiant Dance can be. Dragon Ambush is Dragon Ambush. Nobody's debating how good Dragon Ambush is, but Defiant Dance can be really cheeky with a Black Flame. We didn't get to do a lot of cool things with the Darkin Fan or the Black Flame today, but I promise you they're pretty solid. But you kind of saw how much value the Foyer can actually put into play as well. And Shock Chariot is just so critical to kind of get this deck to actually put a lot of pressure and enable a lot of different things. When you get multiple Shock Chariots, it can go really crazy. One thing that is always funny to do as well is doing the Black Flame on the Shock Chariot. Says you're able to summon multiple Shock Chariots throughout the game, and it just starts adding up progressively in your graveyard. So just keep that in mind as a cool play that you could also pull off. In terms of mulligan, I am looking very hard for Shock Chariot for the most part, to be honest. Shock Chariot is just so big, enabling everything. I do like the Upland Foyer too. So Shock Chariot, Upland Foyer, Zed is good to keep if the opponent is not like on PNC and loses to a Mystic. So Shock Chariot, Foyer, Zed, potentially Hecarim in like some slow matchups. Aside from that, you can keep like the Redeemed Protege. You can keep the host if you're going against aggro. Soul Shepherd as well is not bad to keep in certain matchups. Just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, that'll be it for my mulligan tips. If you like today's deck showcase and video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post another videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch.tv. We stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.